After that huge win against Aarhus in the round of 16, we now have the quarterfinal of the Conference League, and it's against a big team in Europe. Can we make the semi final? Let's see. Roll that title. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 33 of the Liechtenstein Challenge here with Vaduz. And before we get into this big European match in the quarterfinal of the Conference League, I just wanted to show you the 3 games that we had between the Aarhus game and the quarterfinal of the Conference League. I'll just show you those games and how that is looking in terms of the table. As well as that, I will also show you our youth intake. A couple of those players have come through. Not particularly brilliant, but it's better than the last couple of years, I must admit. Anyway, let's get into these games. So, first of all, after the Aarhus game, we lost 2-1 to Winterthur. Kind of an annoying result straight after the European match, but probably a little bit of fatigue and yeah, we were probably affected by the win during the week. As well, we also had an injury to Marvin Boyer, and we had to play, I believe, a defender, some form of player over 6 foot. I can't remember who it was. For around 34 minutes or so. So yeah, that was fun, but at least we didn't lose it too badly. But disappointing that we lost 2-1 to Winterthur. Then quite an embarrassing result at St. Gallen at home. We went 1-0 up in this match, and for some reason we decided to just go, walk through the door, let everybody in, and Jordi Mabula scored a hat-trick before half-time. Marcelino Nunes making it 4-1. But yeah, this was a really bad performance from us. That's all I can really say. They didn't have as many shots than ourselves, but every shot and every shot on target pretty much ended up being a goal, which was really frustrating. And I'm not gonna lie, for next season, it's made me think about strikers in a way. Even though Tobias Fenniger has had this resurgence all of a sudden, I think maybe we need to look at an experienced striker. I don't know, but we'll reevaluate that at the end of the season, obviously. But I just get the feeling that if we had somebody consistent up front, we might be doing a little bit better. But for the time being, we'll persist with who we have. Unfortunately, this was a really bad result. And then to wrap it all off, Young Boys came and beat us 3-2. We did get this game back to 3-2. As I say, it started off with 2-1 goals from Malaise and Elia in the first half. Tobias Fenniger scored 2 goals in this game, but Anselme scored in the 55th minute. And that pretty much sealed the deal. Maybe if it would kept it at 2-2, we could have potentially drawn the game or maybe won it, but Young Boys just had a little bit too much for us, and that confounded us to 3 defeats on the bounce, and it didn't particularly put us in a good position in the league either. So yeah, we have dropped to 7th position in the league, just behind Zurich and Winterthur. Lausanne are the only team at the moment that I would say that could catch us, but that could also be the case for Servette and Thun if they start picking up wins. And we've also fallen into that relegation group, into the championship group. So we need to keep an eye on things. I think we've got enough points to ensure that we're not going to end up in the relegation playoff. But as I mentioned last episode, we do need to start looking over our shoulder. And if I'm not mistaken, we've got games against Lugano and Lausanne, who are below us, and we really need to win those games in order to secure our position in the league, I would say. Maybe one win out of those two, maybe a win and a draw would probably secure it, and then hopefully we might get into the championship group. But as I said a couple of episodes ago, and I'm going to repeat myself, I am not bothered about the league this year. If we go on a crazy run in the Conference League like we have, if we go even further after this episode, then who knows? I'm not really bothered about the league. With regards to our youth intake, we had a good intake according to our head of youth development. The key player from this was Simon Beale, who is a young poacher, 5'10", 16 years old, and looks like somebody that can develop for the future. He has got 4, maybe 5-star potential. Only 1.5 at the moment, but he looks like a very good player. It does tend to be the case that we get a lot of good young strikers coming through. Apart from that, we had David Freiber, a young left back. Barnickel, who was a winger. Bremser, who is another fullback who looks okay. But there wasn't particularly many good talents after this. Marco Fosa looks like a decent defender, but nothing to stand out. Dominic Boning, another striker. But as you can see from the remaining good talent, there hasn't been particularly anybody that has stood out. It's only been those in the top sort of 4 players. Majority of these players will be signed because obviously we want to keep progressing with the Liechtenstein and get as many players in to the Liechtenstein national team or into Liechtenstein clubs. That hasn't been happening, unfortunately. I wish it had, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's to improve us and to improve the Liechtenstein national team. Here we are for the quarterfinal live draw of the Europa Conference League. Available teams are Aston Villa, Club Brugge, Cerenza Zvezda, or better known as Red Star, Copenhagen, Ludogorets, SK Rapid, and Slavia Prague. And of course we get drawn out first. Who do we get? Club Brugge, one of the teams I wanted to avoid, but a big side nonetheless. Let's go to the end. So Ludogorets are going to get Slavia Prague. Copenhagen's got SK Rapid. And Red Star have got Aston Villa. Fixture rearrangements with the Lugano and Thiessen games. Let's see who we get in the semi-final. So we're going to be playing at home. Ludogorets and Slavia Prague. It isn't too bad, I must admit. And Aston Villa are going to play... Sorry, I should say Red Star and Aston Villa could play Copenhagen and SK Rapid. But there you have it, folks. Quarter-final and semi-final draws of the Europa Conference League. Here we have it. So we are going to be playing Club Brugge, as you can tell from the last section of the video. Red Star are going to play Aston Villa. Copenhagen will play SK Rapid of Austria. Ludogorets will play Slavia Prague. So it's a very interesting set of quarterfinals. With regards to the semi-final, if we were to go through against Club Brugge here, we have to play them at home first. But if we do beat them, we will be playing Ludogorets or Slavia Prague. Copenhagen or SK Rapid would play Red Star Belgrade or Aston Villa. So we've avoided Aston Villa for now, but we have had to put up with playing Club Brugge. However, if we do get through against Club Brugge, I think we've got a good chance of potentially getting to the final against Ludogorets or Slavia Prague. But we have to get through against Club Brugge, and it's not going to be a very easy game against a prominent club, I would say, in Europe. They always seem to be either in the Champions League or the Europa League, and they've obviously had a little bit of fall from grace in terms of them being in the Conference League, I suppose. But we need to win the game at home if we're going to have any chance of beating Bruges in these two legs. So for the home tie against Bruges, I've decided to go with Hulsman Rego at left back because we have no fit fullbacks at the left hand side. Weber will be the centre back with Messinero over the likes of Russia and Rego, obviously, because Russia's injured at the moment. So that's going to be a weakness for us. I'm contemplating playing Siddiqui at right back, but I'm going to go with Quattro at the moment. But if things don't work out, we will be substituting Siddiqui or Beck, for example, on for Quattro. It's a big game for him, I would say. And then Lacasso will be CDM. It's pretty much standard with Lampert and Ozor in the centre. Finn Sommer is going to play on the left, and Luque Nataro is going to play on the right. And Tobias Feniger, with his consistent goal scoring at the moment, is starting up front. In terms of the bench, a few surprises on there. So Van den Brink has come in from the reserves. Also David Bakker as well. And we've also got Matej Krachovil. I believe I pronounced that right. If I have, let me know. If I haven't, also let me know. We signed him from one of the Czech clubs a couple of seasons ago, but he's developing really nicely. And I wasn't particularly pleased with Padel in the last couple of games. Same with Debachki, that's why he's not on the bench. And Sally as well, also not on the bench. So I've given a few youngsters a chance on the bench. Let's see if they make it on. But this is the team we're going to go with. And I will see you after I've done my usual opposition instructions. This is the quarter-final of the Europa Conference League here in Vaduz against Club Brugge. It looks like it's not a sellout, which is annoying, but we will move on. Bruges are going to go with 4-2-4, which has been a problem for me in the past, but we will see. I've persisted with a 3-4-3, but I've changed it tonight to a 4-3-3. And if you haven't noticed already, we have a little bit of an adjustment to our kit. I'll show you that a little bit later on, but yeah, hope you enjoy, and let's hopefully get a win. We're going to be starting kicking off here. Unfortunately, it just goes out for a throw-in at the moment. Bruges with a throw-in themselves. Olsen. Good start for Bruges. Terrible start for us. 1-0 in the 3rd minute. It's a great goal. Shocking defending from us, though. I don't know what that was. I don't know what Lacasso is doing. But I think he was meant to be marking him. And yeah, nobody's picked him up. And we're 1-0 down. So a good start. It's going to be an encouraged job. Copenhagen and Villa winning at the moment. And Noah Lampert's just got injured, which is fantastic. Luckily, it's an easy sub. There's going to be Theo Golliard. Hopefully, it's not a serious injury. Bruges do seem to be all over us at the moment. And I think we just need to counter them, basically. Pepe, don't make any stupid decisions here, guys. Ricardo Pepe. I think he's onside. This is not going to plan. Yeah. It's really poor defending from us. Drum just really opens us up. I mean, keeper in defence should be doing better there. I'm just wondering if we change it now. are losing the battle in the midfield really easily. Like I said, we need to win this game, and it's not happening, and this is not good. Come on, Rego, can you do something, please? Messinero finds the ball to Feniger, but instantly lose it. We have regained it back, though. Long ball up to Feniger. Kind of need Goliath to go as an advanced playmaker on attack. Because Feniger's just got no support at the moment. Come on, Sommer. Need a bit of a run from you. I think that's a free kick. It's not a penalty. It was way outside the box when he fouled him. Just trying to give us a bit of hope, I think. But can we get something from this free kick, maybe? No. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to have to do in a minute, but unless we get something from this highlight, yeah. I think, because we are just getting blitzed with this, I'm going to go and drop these guys further back. And then Feniger, is there any other roles he can play? Not really. I was potentially looking at maybe getting him as like a deep line forward. But he can't really do that role. I'm just going to confirm my changes, and then we're just getting blitzed by the 4-2-4. It's happened to us in the past. I think Zurich played a 4-2-4. And it was Victor Valdes, I think, who was in charge of Zurich at the time and just absolutely destroyed us. It doesn't matter because they've scored a third now. I think it is game over. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I am gonna say get a bit more stuck in. It's just been absolutely awful in this game. I don't think injuries have helped us, but that's not an excuse. I mean, we just need to get something in this game, like just a goal to hang on to something, you know. Try and take something to Bruges, but it doesn't look like we're going to get anything. Oh, we're getting blown apart here. There's going to be a lot of changes at half time. There might be 5, there might be 4. We're just getting absolutely destroyed by Bruges now. It's a bit embarrassing. I mean, they're a much better team than us, but still. That's just unacceptable. That, I mean, I spoke about Quattro before. I think that's probably what we're going to do in terms of wing backs. Probably Lutabek goes on the wing on support, and then I mean, I was thinking about taking the castle off, but I don't see any. We might as well just save a sub just in case we get an injury, but we just need something in this. We really do just need something. 2 goals at the moment now. I mean, we've got to not concede. That's a problem, but it's looking highly unlikely that we're gonna keep a clean sheet this second half. Yeah, we're just getting annihilated. Getting absolutely destroyed here. It's quite embarrassing. I think I'm going to bring Oiden on. Just might as well change it straight. It's not going to make a difference. I'm actually going to put him as a target forward, to be fair. Well, we've got a goal back. So much for him being a target forward, but a nice run from Siddiqui there. Only 4 more goals to score. But we do have a highlight. I mean, if we could take it to 5-2, there's a wild chance that we could get 3 goals in Bruges. I'm just saying, wild chance. But we need that second goal more than anything. Sommer. Oh my god, Theo Goliard scored. Okay. That's giving me a bit more hope now. It's giving me a bit more hope. Sommer's been decent down that left-hand side. I'll give him that. But it's a good goal from Goliard. We'll take that to Bruges. 3 goals now. Maybe they've switched off a little bit. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's a bad result, but that second half we've redeemed ourselves. I'm gonna say to them we're not happy. Villa's won their game, and the other 2 ties, Copenhagen and Ludogorets with Slavia Prague, they've both finished 2-2. Lampert is out for 4 to 5 weeks, which is not the best news I would have wanted. And as you can see, we've now got 6 injured players, but a number of those are coming back. But yeah, Lampert is going to miss that quarter final now. To be honest, I'm not too disappointed by that. But yeah, we're going to go and do this game against Lugano now. And I will see you after this game, just before we go to Bruges. We secured a 2-0 victory against Lugano. Goals from Martin Sherbet and an own goal from Amobigang. I want to say that's correct, but yeah, we'll just go with that. But yeah, I was debating whether to go with 3-4-3 in this game, but we decided to go with 4-3-3. And luckily, Fabrizio Kevgin didn't make an appearance, who usually scores a lot of goals against his old club. But nevertheless, we got 3 points. We didn't get any injuries. I rotated the squad. I made 9 changes to the squad from the Bruges game, bearing in mind that we'd had the game midweek. So pretty pleased. And yeah, let's roll on to Bruges. Let's just give you a quick update with regards to the league table. Looks like St. Gallen are going to win the league. I find it very unlikely that Young Boys are going to catch them. Luzern and Basel will probably finish in the top 3 or 4 places. And then it's a race between Winterthur, Zurich, and Vaduz for those last 2 spots. Although Servette aren't just out of it, but I say Servette aren't just out of it. Just looking at where they are, yeah, they can't get into the top 6th place. So we're gonna have to beat Lausanne on the last day of the season and hope Winterthur and Zurich either draw or Winterthur or Zurich win that match because we've got a better goal difference than them. I'm not sure it goes to head to head. Let me just double check it. Yeah, it's goal difference anyway. So it doesn't matter when it comes to goal difference. So if we win our game and that's a draw or a win to either team, we should finish 6th, which will be a nice end to the season at least. Let's get into this Bruges game. Just a bit of a graphical update for the save. Since we've been doing this for 6 seasons now, I fancied having a little bit of a change to the standard kits that we had. So did a little bit of editing. Noticed that Puma did the kits for Vaduz for I think the last 2 seasons, and just came up with a red and blue design. I think I've done a decent job with it. I've done it for a couple of the other teams in the league. So for the likes of Young Boys, I've had a little bit of a play around there. Lugano. Who else have we done it for? St. Gallen. St. Gallen's probably not my best one. And Lausanne, who I think I've done a really good job with there. Probably going to play around a little bit more with a couple of other kits, but yeah, just for a little bit of a change, something different. And yeah, hope you like it. And as I mentioned in the last game, you might have noticed that there was a little bit of a logo on the shirt, but just something to try and improve the quality of the save. This is the team we're going to play away against Bruges. I'm going to go attacking because we have no alternative, in my opinion. We can't sit on the counter on the cautious. We need 4 goals basically to win this match against Bruges to get through to the semi-finals. It's a bit of a change team to the last one. So Holzman will be in goal, Araj at left back, Rego and Roche back at the centre back position, Siddiqui on the right, which I'm pretty happy with. Then Lacasso just in DM, Azoa and Goliard because of Goliard's goal in the last game. Padel on the right because of Sommer playing on the left and getting the assist for Oidendenk in the last game. The only 2 players that I've left out is Nataro and Nicolau, basically because Nataro didn't do particularly well in the last match against Bruges, and Nicolau didn't play particularly well against Lugano, and Sani actually did technically get a goal. It was just the own goal, but he got an assist for it, if that makes sense anyway. But apart from that, it's pretty much the same bench as we would from the last game, but I'll get through my usual, and let's hope we can beat Club Brugge. Here we go. It's a 4-2-4 against the 4-3-3. Victor Valdes, funnily enough, is the coach of Club Brugge, and I mentioned in the last game, a certain team that he managed, Zurich, also played a 4-2-4 and had our life. So it's funny how small this world is, where Zurich, ex-Zurich manager, has found his way to play against Vaduz again. We're going to go attacking, we're going to go for it. We've got nothing to lose. Let's see if a miracle can happen. We're going to be kicking off again. We might as well just go for it on the attack. Probably not going to work, but I mean, if we can scare them in the first 20 minutes, that would be delightful. Good header from Rego. Olsen. Niedecker. Ziegler, Drum. Olsen. I've got to hope it's offside, but I think this might be it. 4 goals was just too much. Yeah. 4 goals, I think, is a lot to ask for. I'm just going to counter press. We'll see. We've got a highlight here. Maybe not. It's a good ball into Oidendenk. He's got one back. I said in the first 20 minutes, okay. Got one back at least. A Raj with a good ball in here. And Oidendeng just, it's a bloody good goal. I'll give him that. First shot on target as well. Second shot on target. Second shot, first on target. Come on. Comeback's on. Have you ever heard of Istanbul? I very much doubt that. Just hoping that the FM gods are listening. Well, Summer. Oh my god, if you put that on target, Summer, it makes it 6-4, and then it doesn't look impossible, you know. Those are the chances that you need to go in. Well, it looks like we're going to need 3 goals in the second half. I might make a change in the second half, actually, and put Pudel. Yeah, I'm not particularly happy with what performance. I know some of players are anxious in that, but I think Silla maybe comes on. Just something different, you know, on the right-hand side. Highlight for Bruges. That's too easy, man. Is every highlight here going to go to a VAR check? Yeah. Too easy for them. Like Pepe here. We've got 2 guys marking them. Do I blame LeCastle for that? I mean, not really, but yeah. Okay. Put Sony on the left. And I think we'll give Luca Beck a run out. Might as well. We've got nothing to lose now. We literally don't have anything to lose. I'm going to drop him to a halfback. See if that just makes a difference to allow our wingbacks to push forward. I've just got too good of a team for this league. I mean, so have Villa, to be fair. I thought we had a little bit of hope with the Oidendeng's goal, but wasn't meant to be. Nah, fair play to Bruges. They absolutely destroyed us in the first leg. I had a little bit of hope, but yeah. The fact that we've got to a quarter-final, like the first time we've actually got to a quarter-final of a European competition, does make me really proud. But yeah, we're going to have to go again next season. We're going to have to continue this run of getting into Europe every year. But that's it. Villa have gone through. Copenhagen have gone through. Slavia Prague have gone through, who were in our group stage. So what does that do for the semi-final? So it's Club Brugge versus Slavia Prague and Copenhagen versus Aston Villa. And I suspect the final will be Aston Villa versus Club Brugge. But disappointing. Disappointing to go out there. But got to say, proud of the guys that we've been able to get to a quarter-final. Just one more thing before the end of the episode. We have confirmed a partnership with another club. As an affiliate, we have went with the scouting option for the affiliates. One of the reasons why I'm doing that is to obviously expand our scouting range, and as well with this option, if I'm not mistaken, you get more players in from the intakes with regards to players coming in from. We'll have Romania and Spain now. We might have the odd intakes from them. The reason I've went for these guys okay, they haven't won anything, but CF Dam, they play in the youth leagues in Spain. And the reason why I've selected Dam in particular is they've got a good setup of facilities, coaching, average youth recruitment. And as well, I think with this team in particular, here's what I'm hoping is we can send Liechtenstein players to go and play in an under-19 league abroad and get experience, whereas they might not get it with the likes of, if I show you, they might not get that experience with the likes of Balzers, Eschenmaren, Rugel, Shan, Schiesenberg. They might obviously get it with Rapperswil, because that is not a bad little team in Switzerland. But the reason behind that is to potentially get some Spanish new gens in, which we can hopefully bring into the club. And you know the deal, get them as a Liechtenstein national in a few years. But I'm really happy with that affiliate. I did it right after the quarterfinal defeat, so maybe that was the reason why I got it, because I've had issues in the past getting affiliates. But it's what I'm going to be doing from now on, is to just basically to try and find places where we can find areas that are going to help with our scouting, with the likes of Steaua Bucharest and Dam as well. Wasn't meant to be against Club Brugge, but as I mentioned, I'm not too disappointed. I wasn't expecting much from the two ties. It's disappointing that we lost 7-3 on aggregate, but they had just way more quality than us. You can tell they are chasing the league in Belgium, and they've just got a very, very good side and a decent manager in Victor Valdes. So I expect them to reach the final, probably play Aston Villa, and knowing Europe, Aston Villa will probably win it. But I'm going to probably do the rest of the season now off YouTube, and the last episode of season 7, can you believe it? Probably be a rundown of what's happened in the league, what's happened to us, squad update, any potential future transfers, and yeah, just so I can get straight into season 8 and hopefully get yous into the next stage of the Europa Conference League. That's going to be the goal, season 8, to carry on getting into the league phase. So that will be the next episode. After the season review of season 7, it's going to be season 8. I can't quite believe that. In terms of the save going forward, I have no plans to stop it. I probably will do a bit of a channel update in the next couple of weeks, just with regards to my plans to FM25. Obviously, that's coming a little bit later this year, which means more Vaduz videos, I think. And hopefully we can get maybe 1 or 2 more seasons out. But there's potential to carry on this save in FM25. Obviously, I would have liked to have done it maybe with me being the Liechtenstein manager. That hasn't been the case yet, because the Liechtenstein manager hasn't resigned or been sacked. But that's obviously not going to be a factor in FM25. So it's potential that we could carry on this save in FM25, which I have no problem doing. I'd like to continue it, to be honest, because I think I've got unfinished business. But yeah, if you haven't done so already, please make sure to like the video, and if you are new, subscribe to the channel. It's always appreciated. And I will see you for the next episode, which will be the season 7 end of season review, and then we'll get straight into season 8, and hopefully we'll be back in the Conference League. Take it easy, stay safe. Bye, everybody.